Here's a quick tip for DocXtools.
So here we have two buttons, import styles and apply styles. Now, I looked at your custom rebuild and your rebuild is pointing to one of your firm's custom templates. So my assumption is you won't really need to use import styles because upon rebuilding, it's going to grab those styles from the template. But if by chance it doesn't, you can simply import your styles from here and select what you need from the templates that are listed. But apply styles is really the important one. Obviously, you guys actually have pane numbering, and we have that integrated here. I don't have pane in my environment, so if I click this, it would just give me an error. But you can address that after everything's styled, get everything numbered. But you'll notice here we have 7 different options: type numbers, styled numbers, titles, body, single list, bullets, and normal. These are numbered 1 through 7 for the typical order of operation. You don't have to do this. DocXtools is kind of beautiful in that way, is that there's no one workflow you really have to follow. It just helps to start with typed numbers because you get a lot of content knocked out of the way and you get your numbering schemes in place. Because we stripped this document of all styles and all numbering schemes, everything is now typed. So if we scan for typed numbers, it's going to look for numbering patterns throughout, and that way it's going to categorize them together so that we can very quickly and very easily style everything respectively. Notice when I clicked that, it actually came up with a prompt, and it's asking me if I want to swap hard returns for soft returns on paragraphs with the word article. This is recommended. If you happen to see something pop up like this, it's generally recommended to swap those hard returns for soft. And go ahead and click OK. And you will see the task pane appear on the right, just like we did for the Discover. Like I said, we're going to spend a lot of time in this task pane. That's why I wanted to go over it. So here we are in the Style Application task pane. And you can see up at the very top, we have Active Document. And it's showing all the typed numbers that we just scanned for. So here we have section 101 all the way down through section 3.02. So if I click on these, you can see it's going to highlight these items throughout the document and navigate exactly where they are. It's great to very quickly proofread and make sure that these are in fact listed the way they're supposed to be. And once you're certain that they are, you can have this section of the tree highlighted, and you can navigate to the bottom where it says style here, and there's a drop down. Now, my style drop down is not populating styles because I don't have your firm templates in place. But if I did, all of the firm templates, all of the firm styles associated with section would appear here. It could be section 1, 2, 3, etc. I'm not sure how your styles are named, but you guys should be familiar with them. When you see these here, you could simply choose a style and click this little green checkbox here, and every item in this subsection would then be styled appropriately. So it would be, section paragraph or something along the lines of that. Same thing for our number styles here and our articles that we've got listed. So when you're done with your typed numbers, you could move on to titles or body text, single list, etc. When you're done with all your body text and all your other items that you know are in this document and everything's styled, the last thing that I always do, which is best practice, is I come and I scan for normal. Because the last thing we want is something to be left styled as normal, at least for the most part. So after you scan from normal, anything that's left over, some remnants will be left here, and you can go ahead and style those appropriately. It's a very, very fast way to style a bunch of content very accurately and very quickly. All right. So I'm going to circle back to these tools that we skipped over because these are still some of our repair tools. And I want to talk about situations where you would use these. These are considered our targeted tools. Why would I want to use a targeted tool if I have these wonderful macros that hit the document like a sledgehammer? Well, quite honestly, sometimes you don't want to do a sledgehammer because you don't want to have to rebuild it. You don't want to have to restyle it and renumber it. So that's where the touch-up tools and the trouble tools come into play. A lot of the functionality that we have in these tools are actually part of the rebuild macro or even the quick clean macro. But you might not need to affect the entire document. You might just have a couple areas of interest to navigate to.